Hey family, I'm back again today with another encouraging word. Today's encouraging word is the cloud was not always there. Today I'm going to be referencing a story out of the Bible. It's about the prophet Elijah. It's out of 1 Kings chapter 18. I encourage you, if you have not yet read this story, go ahead and read it on your own time. It's a really encouraging, good story. What happens is, out of the prophet Elijah, there was a drought in the land. And Elijah got the word from the Lord that the drought was going to end in the third year. So after Elijah got the word from the Lord that the drought was going to end, between the time he got the word from the Lord and by the time the drought actually ended, there was things that took place in between. The drought did not end as soon as he got the word from the Lord. So what happens is, towards the end of the chapter 18, Elijah goes up on the mountain with his servant, and he tells his servant to go look over towards the sea to see if he sees a cloud, because we all know without a cloud, there is no rain, right? So the servant goes and he looks and he reports back to Elijah, and he tells him there is no cloud, there is no rain. He says, okay, go back and look again. Second time he reports, come back, there is no cloud, there is no rain. Third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, the servant comes back and reports to Elijah, there is no cloud, there is no rain. We would think in our minds, after the fourth, fifth, sixth time, you know what, maybe I didn't hear the Lord right. Maybe, you know what, it's just not going to happen. But Elijah kept pressing in. He kept persevering. He trusted that if God gave him a word and told him something, that it was going to happen. By the seventh time, the servant went back and he reported to Elijah. He told Elijah, I see a cloud about the size of a man's fist. So Elijah told his servant, like, get ready. Everybody get packed up, because it's about to be a downpour. The rain is getting ready to come. The drought's going to end. And that is exactly what happened. I feel like sometimes as believers, and I'm speaking for myself, and if you can relate, I mean, go on ahead, tell the truth. We pray for things and we're just like, because that circumstance and situation has not yet changed on the time that we thought that it should have changed, we give up. We have this attitude of like, you know what, maybe I didn't hear God right, or maybe God just didn't hear my prayer. I want to encourage you and let you know, just like back in the book of 1 Kings with Elijah, the cloud was not always there. So just because you prayed the first time does not mean that it's going to happen immediately. We have to remember, God is not a genie. We don't rub a lamp and say, you know what, it's going to happen like this. There's a part that we have to play as believers of having the faith and trusting in God and knowing that He hears our prayers. The Bible tells us to walk by faith and not by sight. Right? So just because we don't see the situation or the circumstance change does not mean that God is not working on it. He's working on it, and He's working behind the scenes. So I want to encourage you today, walk by faith and not by sight. So just because you don't see the situation changing now, just because your drought that you are facing right now has not yet ended, does not mean that God is not going to do what He says that He's going to do. He is the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. So that same God that parted the Red Sea, the same God that healed the woman with the issue of blood, the same God that rose Lazarus from the dead is the same God today. So whatever God promised you, whatever promise you're standing on, whatever you have prayed about, trust that God is going to bring it to pass, but you have to keep the faith. You cannot allow it to say, you know what, the storm is still here, so I don't believe anything is going to change. Keep that faith. Keep going. He is the way maker. He is the promise keeper. So again, I want to encourage you, just as well as encouraging myself, don't give up. Just like Elijah, when he kept sending that servant back and forth, you keep going to the throne of God. You keep praising, you keep persevering, you keep pressing in, and don't give up. Keep going. So again, I want to encourage you. The cloud was not always there, but just because you don't see it now does not mean that your situation will not change. God will keep His promises because He is a promise keeper. As always, I pray that this word has encouraged you. Be blessed, stay encouraged, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.